Talking about periods, I mean, is it true that some girls, they don't even get periods?
True.
And in what cases and why?
So not getting periods is a term called amenorrhea.
Okay.
That means no cycle. Now amenorrhea means no cycle. That doesn't mean that she has never got her cycle. It could mean that there are a few percentage of girls which get maybe one cycle and then they never get it.
Okay.
Or girls who have never got a cycle, right? Like I told you, till the age of 15, 14, 16. When we get involved, there are a lot of things that we check, a hormonal profile, all other characteristics and stuff, things on those grounds. And after checking all that, we realize that there are some girls who will not get periods on their own, where we need to be involved to put them on certain medication and then bring on a cycle for the rest of their lives. Okay. Does it exist? Yes. There are some who come to us with no cycle, and when we check them, we realize, oh, they haven't got a cycle because of a condition where, their hymen doesn't have an opening. So the period flow cannot flow out. So it keeps collecting inside. They come to us with different symptoms. Then we realize that there are some who come to us and we realize that, oh, maybe she's unfortunately not born with a uterus.
Right.
These certain changes, right? Is it very common? No.
No, right?
No, it's not very common. But does it exist? Yes.
And I know that you have expertise in, treating these patients. So I want to understand what are the exact, how do you treat them?
So there are different modalities, very frankly, Tushar, with which we, help these young girls and their families to go through this whole course. But these things can only be picked up if the family is aware of the situation and does bring them to a medical professional well in time. There is medical modalities to treat, there are surgical modalities to treat. Girls with a little bit of hormonal imbalance are helped by giving medical hormones with a lot of checking which goes at the background. Girls who do not have a hymen perforation, we have to treat them surgically. Okay. Girls who are born without a uterus, that's a completely different way of managing them. There are different syndromes that we are talking about. We're talking about anomalies where the uterus is not well formed.
Okay.
How we manage those patients, very frankly, Tushar, will take up a whole one day of me talking about it, but it deals with a lot of us dealing with the family as a whole, explaining to them how we can take this forward, because having a atrophic or a small uterus or not having one is going to affect them socially in the future.
Right.
So how do we manage these girls? How do we help them? Because some of them may have the ovaries, which is the hormone producing organ. So they're not different. You can never see them and say, "Arey, isko uterus nahi hai yaar." How will you tell them that? It's like a woman whose hysterectomy has been done. Hysterectomy is removal of the uterus for ABC reasons. You cannot look at her and say, "Ki acha, iska hysterectomy hua hai." So you will never be able to tell, but they require tremendous psychological help also, including the family, because they need to be as supportive of that young girl. So,
yeah. And another question is about the cycle. What is the normal cycle?
The duration and all.
Yeah, duration.
So a routine cycle, like on an average, we say can last anywhere from 21, 22 to around 35 days.
Okay.
That is, you get it as regularly as 21, 22 to 35 days.
Okay.
And the bleeding can last anywhere between say 5 to 7 days. But this is the average.
Okay.
Right? There will be some girls, and especially when they have just got their periods, which is called menarche in our medical term.
Okay.
When they've just got their periods, there are 20 to 30% of them who will not get regular cycles. Who will get cycles once in 2-3 months, once in 5 months, once in 6 months. Okay, that is also normal.
Okay.
But at that point of time, you have to involve your gynec to know how normal it is.
So how often they should be involving? Because the range is different.
I always feel that the minute a young girl gets her cycle, she should have a gynec.
Right.
To talk to discuss with, to understand what she's going through, to speak about her problems, because some girls are very lucky and have regular cycles which are coming bang on, no issues, they bleed for those X number of days, no heavy bleeding, no clots, nothing, and it's over. Okay. But there are some who may have symptoms on and off, who may get something that we call as PMS, which is premenstrual symptoms, as young as menarche, where they may have bloating, they may have irritability, they may have fatigue, they may have pain. They don't know why they're going through lower abdominal cramps. It's as if somebody is really twisting you inside. So these are things which need to be treated, or these are things which need to be spoken about, or give them the confidence that it's okay, we can do this, and it will help you out. So I feel the minute a young girl gets her cycle, she should have a gynac she can speak to. So most of the time, the gynac is always going to be a familial gynac, right? The one who the mother has gone to, aunt has gone to, grandmother has gone to, which is great because they know the family. It's fun for us also as doctors to talk to these young girls, explain to them what things are. And yes, so regular, not regular, is it normal, not normal, is very individualized. How much is the flow? Are they using 5 pads a day? Are they using 2 pads a day? Things change.